Everyone, Criddle here, and I want to go over some things that I keep getting asked, which is mostly, hey, do you have any tips for this boss, or do you have any tips for getting through this area? You know, the game's challenging, etc. And the biggest tip that I have been able to find is gearing up in this game. A lot of people don't understand the gearing, they don't understand where to get the gear, so we're going to kind of go over that really quickly. So first and foremost, most of your gear you're going to get in the beginning of the game is going to be dropped items. There's 4 different types of items that can be dropped. There's a white item, which is just a mundane item that has no modifiers on it. There's a blue item, which is a magic item. It can have up to 2 or 3 modifiers. I'll kind of explain that here in a second, but usually it's 2 modifiers. And then there's a yellow item that is considered a rare item, and that can have up to 6 different modifiers on there. The last item is kind of like an orangish reddish color, and those are unique items, and they have predetermined set stats on them that you can't change. So that's the different types of items. You will get those just by farming and running around and killing stuff in the game. So definitely be sure to pick those up, and I'll tell you what to do with them in a second. Another way to get items, though, in an easier way, is to go to the different merchants in town. Definitely check these as you level and anytime you go into a new act. So in this particular Act 2, you have Zarka here, and she is the disenchanter. So you talk to her, and you go to buy or sell items, and if you look, you can have all these different items that you can look through. And most of the time, they're going to be blue items, but every once in a while, you might find a rare item. So you want to look through all of these and see if there's going to be anything good on here. Now, don't just look at the rare items thinking, okay, it's a rare item, it's got additional modifiers on there. You want to also look at blue items, and I'm going to go over why here in a second, because you can craft them. But you want to look through every single item they have and see if there's anything good. This is an example of an item with 3 different modifiers on there. So it's a staff, and it has 3 different things for the magic, and that's why I say you can sometimes get 3. Usually it's 2, but this is a 2-handed staff, so you have 3 things on there that you can get. And that's a very good base staff that you may want to upgrade. So you can say, hey, I really like that staff, it's way better than what I'm currently using. Go ahead and buy it for the $29.65 there, and then you can upgrade that. Another place you can go is right over here to the other merchants, and these merchants will sell armor and different types of weapons. So the different weapons that you can get in the game, they'll sell the shields, they'll sell all the different types of armor, quivers, you know, all that kind of stuff. So definitely check these out as well, and you want to look through these. You can also find some, again, rare items that you could just buy for gold. Maybe they have all the different things that you want on there, or maybe you just want to get a base item to start with. So now that you understand where you can get some of these items, let's go over which ones to keep and which ones to not keep and what to do with them. So if it's a blue item and it has a stat or 2 stats on it that you really like, actually, let's back up. If it's a white item, you want to look for something that's like this right here, which is superior chiming staff. Anything that says superior on it's going to have a quality bonus. The quality bonus is going to increase your weapon damage, increase your armor, increase your shields, those kinds of things. So you want to look for something with a quality bonus or a superior on there. Pick those up, put them in your stash, see if they're good for you, and hold on to those because they're great base for starting items. We're actually going to I'm not going to equip that. We're just going to take that and put it in my inventory because we're going to use this as an example here in just a second. So now, if you find that, cool, hold on to it, and we'll go over crafting. Next, you want to look at your blue items. See if there's any blue items that you have that you like. For example, we were looking at this staff right here. Was a very good base staff, so it's a blue staff that has stuff on it. So you want to look through those in your inventory, the ones that you drop, that you pick up at whatever as dropped from enemies. If they're good, hold on to them. If they're not good, then you just want to come over here and disenchant them. So you're going to do this with any of your blue or yellow items. You're going to disenchant them, and when you do that, you will get shards of transmutation or regal shards. So you'll get those 2 different items. And what you can do with those items is come over here to your stash, and we'll look at currency. So the transmutation shards, you get 10 of those, you're going to get an orb of transmutation. You get 10 regal shards, and you're going to get a regal orb. And then you can come up here and see what those different things do. So this is the Orb of Transmutation. This is going to upgrade a normal item to a magic item with 1 modifier. And that's why I said to keep those superior items, because they're going to have that increased additional damage or armor that you're going to need, especially as you level up. You're going to then take this item and you can use it on any normal item. If it already is a magic item, it won't allow you to use it, but on a normal item it will. So we're going to click use here, and you can see that staff that I have in my inventory over there now has like this glowing border around it, meaning that I can use this on that item and it's going to turn it into a magic item with 1 modifier. So we're going to come over here, we're going to apply that, and you can see that I now have plus 62 mana on that item, which is fantastic. Fun stuff for me, right? So that's a good stat. It's not the best stat, but let's say we wanted to keep that stat, and we like it. We want to keep that, and we want to see if we can make this now better. So next, you want to go over here to the Orb of Augmentation, and these you will get by just killing random enemies. A little bit more common than some of these other ones down here, but a little bit more rare than your Orb of Transmutation, especially since your Orb of Transmutation you're also going to be getting these shards from, so you're going to be getting quite a bit of these as you go through. But now you can say, okay, I have this staff, I want to now add another augment or another modifier to it, because I liked the 1 modifier that I got. If you don't like it, you want to go ahead and just scrap it and start over from the beginning. But I do like this one right here, so let's go ahead and continue with that. So we're going to apply another one. This time we got 14 life per enemy killed. So again, that's a decent thing. You want to have some things that I like to have with my gear, especially in the beginning of games, are life regeneration or life on kill. Both very, very good. Now, we can no longer add any more to this. It is a magical staff. Like I said before, that one had 3 modifiers on there. I'm not sure why. Some of them have 3, some of them don't. But this one, you can no longer add any more things to it. So, can we continue to upgrade this? Absolutely. So let's say that we got 2 awesome modifiers. We really like them. Now we are going to upgrade it again to a magic item and add an additional modifier. So we're going to turn this blue item now into a rare item, which is going to be yellow, and we're going to add 1 modifier to it. So these are going to be more expensive orbs, harder to find. They're the regal orbs. I don't recommend using these unless you already have an item with 2 very, very good modifiers on there. If you don't, you might as well scrap that item and then start over from the beginning, because you will have a lot more of these 2 things than you will of these others over here. So make sure that you have something that you want. And then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to use this. And you can see all the items that light up that are magic. So right now I have that staff in my inventory, my circlet, and one of my rings are all magic. They are not yet rare. So I could potentially add this in and get another modifier. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm still trying to save some of these. Once you have done that, there is another thing that's very similar to the Orb of Augmentation, but for rare items, and it's the Exalted Orb. It's the ones that are directly underneath the Augmentation Orbs. I don't currently have any because I actually have used all of mine up trying to create items to make me a little bit stronger. But those are the Exalted Orbs. Again, you would use that to, or on your rare items, which are the yellow items, to then add another modifier to that. And you can have up to 6 modifiers like the staff right here. You can get up to 6 different modifiers on it, which once you get all of your gear with 6 different modifiers will really boost your damage. It'll boost your character's power quite significantly. So make sure that you're doing that. I think that a lot of people are not doing that, or at least not focusing on making sure they have good modifiers. It's actually better to have a blue item with 2 really good modifiers on it than it is to have a yellow item with 6 terrible modifiers that you're not using. So make sure that you're checking those out. Weapons are going to have things like increased damage to them, attack speed or cast speed, a lot of your stats on there. Your armor is going to have things like maximum life on there, and your resistances. So definitely make sure that you're looking for those, because the cold resist, the fire resist, the lightning resist are all going to really help keep you alive longer. And then the extra maximum life obviously is another big one. And then life regen per second. Like I think I already mentioned this, but life regen is huge in this game, especially early on. Anyway, hopefully that helps you out. If it does, please like, subscribe, follow, all that kind of stuff. I do stream at daily, so come on over, ask some questions, and hang out with me. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye.